graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
Showed swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Good evening, everybody. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very, very fantastic night. Welcome on into this edition of MLB Diamondzone. All right, we currently have, as we speak, 6 games going on in the late window. We do. Okay, so let's catch you up with what did happen earlier today. The Nationals won 15-7 against the Marlins. Okay, the Guardians won 10-2 against the Kansas City Royals. The Phillies shut out the New York Mets 1-0. How about the Braves? They won 4-1 against the Chicago Cubs. The Rangers, they shut out the Milwaukee Brewers out at Globe Life Field. 5-0 was the score there. Angels and Twins are tied currently 3-3 as they're in the bottom of the third inning. The Cardinals are up 2-0 against the Seattle Mariners. You got Reds up 2-0. That game is in the top of the fourth inning, and 2 outs there. Okay, so then you also have the Diamondbacks tied 4-4 in the top of the fourth inning with nobody on and nobody out. The Red Sox are up 3-0 against the Athletics in the bottom of the second. And then the Dodgers are down 1-0 to the Colorado Rockies. All right, so that is all that's going on in Major League Baseball right now. Angels are taking on the Minnesota Twins. In case you did not know, the LA Angels are still trying to fight for that final wild card spot. They are in the hunt. They are currently, when you look at it, they're technically now, 8 games behind the Seattle Mariners for that final wild card spot. The Texas Rangers are 1 game. Angels just about out of it, but they're trying to do everything that they can to just hold on. It's going to be tough, but that still matters. Every win matters for them, and they're going to need some help. You got the Cardinals taking on the Mariners. The Mariners do have the third wild card seed right now. They're also 2.5 games behind the Houston Astros and 1 game in front of the Texas Rangers. Meanwhile, in the wild card race in the National League, the Cardinals are 4 games in back of the New York Mets. And so if they win, they'll be 3.5 games, and they'll actually potentially pivot against the Arizona Diamondbacks, who are just half a game. They're actually really currently tied with the St. Louis Cardinals. So that game has big playoff implications. The Reds and the Padres. Padres are 2.5 games behind the Chicago Cubs for the number 1 wild card spot. But more importantly, they're also 1 game in back of the LA Dodgers for the NL West. So I just wanted to put that out there too. And the Cardinals are 4 games in back of the New York Mets for the final wild card spot. The Reds, that is. The Reds are 3.5 games behind the New York Mets. So, again, it's getting tight. It is definitely getting tight. All right. Boston's also on. They're up 3-0 in the top of the third. What's going on, guys? How are you? What's going on, Andrew? Yes, sir. All right. Let's actually go on over to the Dodgers game right now and go check up on them. So they're in the bottom of the second inning. Teoscar Hernandez just flies one foul, and it will go out of play. as it will find the seats. Red Sox currently lead it 3-0 against the Athletics. But we're just going to stay out in LA first. 2 balls, 1 strike. There's Max Muncy. He's in the dugout, standing next to Caleb Ferguson, I believe. 2-1 on the way, swing and a miss. There is strike 2. Angels got on with an infield single, but Minnesota is challenging that call. And it looks like Minnesota will win the challenge, and Zach Neto, I believe, is out over at first. Here's the 2-2 to Teoscar, and that's a called strike 3 on the outside corner for out number 2. So 2 outs there. Trevor Story just grounded out for the Boston Red Sox. 2 away there in the top of the 3rd. So we go back to this Dodgers game. Here's Michael Conforto, 4 for 11 against the man that's pitching for the Colorado Rockies. He's definitely had some success. That's Dollander. Tyler Glass now pitching for the LA Dodgers. The ball is 1 strike. The windup, the pitch. That's up high for a ball. By the way, Luis Ariz is coming up, so we'll go to the Padres game 2. We'll go back and forth between the both of these games. Here's the 1-1 on the way. That's down for ball 2 to Michael Conforto. Ariz just took a strike. So he's down in the count 0-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 2nd. 1-0 Colorado. And the pitch to Conforto, that's a foul ball. That goes out of play. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Conforto. Lodolo pitching for the Cincinnati Reds. His 1-1 pitch to Ariz is chopped over towards the right side. It's going to be a tough play for Lodolo. He tries to fling it over to first, and it's just in time. It was a low throw. He had to react pretty quickly, and Steer just caught it. All right. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I know, Andrew, and that's what makes Diamond Zone even more interesting. The 2-2 on the way, strike 3 called, and Michael Conforto goes down looking at a fastball at the knees, and the Rockies are going to the top of the 3rd with a 1-0 lead. And so Ariz is out. Let's go to Machado's at bat, and Machado slices 1 foul as it goes out of play. By the way, the Giants were down 3-0. They are tied 4-4 in the bottom of the 4th, and Jung-Hoo Lee just got on with a single. So add them into the picture as well. No balls, 1 strike to Machado, and the pitch. That ball is fouled away. And so the count is 0-2. Machado in the batter's box, 0 for 1 tonight. Manny Machado hitting .280 on the season. Yu Darvish is pitching, if you have him in fantasy, for your playoff team. 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, and 4 strikeouts for him. It's 0-2 to Machado, and the next pitch is outside for ball 1. We'll, of course, keep you updated on if there's any sort of scoring plays in the Red Sox Athletics game, as well as the Cardinals and Mariners game. Now, that game is big as well. Patrick Bailey comes up for the Giants. And first and foremost, Machado did just strike out, so there's 2 gone in the bottom of the 4th. So Bailey is up, and he grounds a pitch over to shortstop, and they'll take it to the bag for 1. The throw to first, that's in time for an inning-ending double play, and the Giants can't get a run. They're going to the top of the 5th, all knotted up at 4 apiece. And with that, let's go back to the Padres game. I hear you, Andrew. Dude, the races are insane. They're insane, dude. 1 ball, no strikes to Gavin Sheets. And the pitch is outside for ball 2. Lodolo so far today as far as his pitching goes. 3 2/3, no hits allowed. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. 2 balls, no strikes to Gavin Sheets. And the 2-0 pitch, there's a swing and a miss. So that makes the count now 2-1. We'll obviously keep you updated with that Twins-Angels game too. Again, the Angels are just, they're trying to rely. I mean, they not only have to take care of their own business, but they're going to need other things to happen as well. 2-1. That ball is hit foul over towards the left side. Austin Hayes tried to leap up and catch it, but he ran out of room. How about Brian Wu pitching for the Seattle Mariners? He's done a very good job. I mean, he did allow 2 runs, but they're down 2-0. J.P. Crawford will come on up, and when they come back, we'll head to that game. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gavin Sheets in the bottom of the 4th with nobody on and 2 outs. Lodolo gets set at the belt, and the pitch. There's a line drive hit out to right center field. That's going to split the gap and go all the way towards the wall. Sheets will at least get a double here. Friedel gets to the ball. He'll throw it over to second, and Gavin Sheets is on base for the Padres. So we got ourselves a Diamond Zone alert going on in San Diego with a runner in scoring position for the San Diego Padres. By the way, Glasnow did just strike out the first batter to start off the top of the 2nd inning, the 3rd inning, that is, and he has 5 strikeouts. Charge! All right, so here comes Ramon Laureano to the plate, and Laureano, check swing, did he go? The pitch was low and inside, he did not go. It's a 1-0 count. Glasnow dominating that strike zone. He's heading the count 0-1. The curve has looked very good today. 1 ball, no strikes to Laureano. The pitch. That's outside and high for a ball. Two balls, no strikes. Bottom of the 4th. And 2 outs. Laureano in the box. The 2-0 pitch. There's a called strike on the inside edge. By the way, Ketel Marte just singled, and Corbin Carroll is due up for the Diamondbacks. So the Diamondbacks are looking to try to take the lead against the Giants. 2-1 to Laureano. Ground ball rolled over towards the middle. Second baseman has it, throws it to first, and Laureano is just out. He was just out. A beautiful throw by the second baseman, and there is out number 3. Okay. So we also have another Diamond Zone alert. J.P. Crawford, or Jorge Polanco, I should say, did just get on with a leadoff double against Miles Michaelis for the Seattle Mariners. There was a fielder's choice that was grounded into by Corbin Carroll. So Marte is out at second, and Carroll is safe over at first. Meanwhile, the Dodgers did just give up a base runner on a walk allowed by Tyler Glasnow. And there's 1 out in the top of the 3rd. We're going to go back-to-back between this Giants-Diamondbacks game and this Seattle game as they take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Eugenio Suarez is due up. He's the tying run. You don't have to worry about it, Scott. We didn't start on time. It's only if we start the cast, and we do the full thing. Then that's when I care. 2 balls, no strikes to Eugenio Suarez. The 2-0 on the way. It's a foul ball. By the way, the Rockies now have their runner over at second base. It was a stolen base by, I believe it was Ritter. That was his second stolen base of the season. Marte's 0-2. He fouls it off. Or Marino's 0-2. He fouls it off. Here's the pitch to Suarez. He pops it up out over towards right center field. The catch will be made. There's out number 1. Victor Scott throws it over to third. Polanco stays at second. No balls, 2 strikes. Logan Webb is pitching. Has not looked sharp today. The pitch is up high. The throw to second base. That's going to get on by the shortstop. And Carroll will cruise on over to third. And so the go-ahead run is 90 feet away from scoring with 1 out. And that's an error on Patrick Bailey. Don't really see that too often. Crawford is up at the plate. 1 out. The pitch, it's outside for a ball. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. We're going to go triple box here. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Tyler Freeman in the Rockies game. And the next pitch is grounded over to short, picked up by Rojas. The throw to first is just in time, and there's 2 gone in the top of the third. So we got 3 games that we're eyeing on right now. And that's the Giants-Diamondbacks game. That's the Mariners-Cardinals game and the Rockies-Dodgers. 2-2 pitch to Marino. There's a fly ball hit out over towards left field. That's going to be caught, and Matos will throw it over towards the mound, the left side of the mound. Nice throw there by Heliot Ramos, and Carroll stays put over at third. Now, meanwhile, the Twins have a runner on over at third base, in case you're wondering. 2 balls, 1 strike in the game of the Cardinals. And the next pitch is taken for ball 3 to J.P. Crawford. 3-1 is the count. 1 away. The pitch to Crawford, swing and a miss. In the Dodgers game, it's no balls, 2 strikes to Mickey Moniak with 2 away and a runner on at third. And the pitch to him is down and in for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Del Castillo. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Moniak. And a payoff pitch coming up in the Seattle game. Let's go there now. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball hit over towards the first base side. First baseman has it. That'll get the runner over to third, but J.P. Crawford is out. And there are 2 gone. Here's the 2-1 from Webb. Swing and a miss. Glass now gets himself a strikeout, and he now has 6 on the evening through 3 innings of work. And the Rockies still have a 1-0 lead against the LA Dodgers. So they'll be back. The 2-2, that's low for ball 3. Somebody want to give me an update on the Vikings game? 3 balls, 2 strikes. We'll go back to Victor Robles' at-bat after this pitch. 3-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Logan Webb gets out of the jam. And so the Giants will come back up and go to the bottom of the 5th. Here comes Victor Robles to the plate. It's no balls, 2 strikes. We're going to refresh the page. Oh, and 2 is the count. Bottom of the 5th. 2 away. A runner on over at third. By the way, the Padres are going to bat in the bottom of the 5th. We'll keep our eyes on that when they return too. The 0-2 pitch to Robles. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes. And so the top of the 6th is coming up. 2-0 St. Louis. Let you know how they scored in just a couple seconds. So Alec Burleson hit a 2-run home run off of Brian Wu. That's all the offense. Red Sox are on. They lead a 3-0 in the bottom of the 4th. Top of the 4th with 2 away. Rafaela is up. Morales is pitching. The ball is grounded over to third base, and the throw over to first is in time for out number 3. And now the A's are going to bat in the bottom of the 4th with a 3-0 deficit. The Red Sox got all 3 of their runs. Well, they ended up getting an RBI, and actually a solo home run from Trevor Story in the first. And Jarren Duran had himself an RBI base hit, and so did Eric Sogard. Vikings 20, Bears 17. McCarthy threw a pick 6. Yeah, I saw that. How much time is left? How much time is left? Let me know. Okay. Hae-Sung Kim is due up for the Dodgers, and we'll head there first. Bottom of the 3rd, and the count already is 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes to Hae-Sung Kim. Vikings just scored. Nice. 3 balls, no strikes. The 3-0 pitch. That's outside. And so the Dodgers do get a base runner to lead off the bottom of the 3rd inning. Okay. Giants are back on, and so are the Padres. We'll let you know if anything happens. Jackson Merrill is due up at the plate for San Diego. Not used to there being a lot of games during this hour. Weird. So Andy Pages is due up. There's 9:46 left. Okay. Leadoff man's over at first. Pages in the box. And the pitch. There's a strike taken right down the middle. The count is 0-1. Big game for the Dodgers here. They got to keep their distance against the San Diego Padres. No balls, 1 strike. And still try to inch their way closer to getting that 2 seed against the Phillies. No balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 3rd. Pages in the box. The 0-1 pitch to Pages, and he takes it just low for ball 1. Vikings flamboyant male just going wild. That's wild. That's awesome. 1-1 to Pages. That's in there for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes to Andy Pages. And the pitch is down in the way. That's going to get on by the catcher, and the Dodgers have a runner in scoring position. So Kim moves over to second. The count is now 2-2. The pitch to Ramos in the Giants game. There's a ground ball hit over towards the left side. Marino gets to it, barehands it, throws it over to first. It's in time. Gabriel Marino with an incredible play. He took that mask off so quickly, had to go to the ball. It was going to stay fair, and he just barehanded it. He had to do a 180 spin and fire a dart over to first, and he most certainly did. What a play by Gabriel Marino. That's nice. All right, we're cutting that. That was nice. By the way, Pages did just ground out, but he got the runner over to third, and that is what matters. So Devers is coming up. The Padres, they also got their first out of the bottom of the 5th. Iglesias is up. The batter before him struck out. That was Jackson Merrill. He struck out looking. So let's go back to the Dodgers game as they're threatening the score. No balls, 1 strike, 1 away, bottom of the 3rd. Devers for the Giants just grounded out over to third. So they have 2 away. And Iglesias just grounded out over to first, so there's 2 outs there in San Diego. No balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 3rd. Out at Dodger Stadium. 0-2 is the count. 1 away. The tying run is at third. The windup, the pitch. That ball was fouled off. Going back to Adames' at bat really quickly. Here's the 1-0 pitch to him, and that's in there for a strike. Cronenworth for the Padres did just get on with an infield single. So he's over at first with 2 outs. 0-2, foul ball. No balls, 2 strikes. Up to bat now for the LA Dodgers is Rortvet. And he gets hit on the foot, and he will be over at first base. So that's going to put runners on at the corners with 1 out. Adames lines 1 out to right field, gets on with a 2-out single for the Giants. And so he's now over at first base. Back to this Padres game very quickly. So Cronenworth got on with an infield single. Ohtani is due up for the Dodgers. But it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Furman. Let's see one last pitch to him before we go to Ohtani's at-bat. I am too, man. 1-1, swing and a miss. All right, so Ohtani is up. No balls, 1 strike to him. He just took a strike at the knees. No balls, 1 strike to Shohei Ohtani. And the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. The pitch was just outside. Furman for the Dodgers up. 2 outs. He's the tying run. And the 1-2 to him. There's a ground ball hit towards the right side. Second baseman has it. Throws it over to first, and the inning is over, and the Dodgers can't score again. It's 2-0 Cincinnati. They're going to the top of the 6th. 2 balls, 1 strike to Shohei Ohtani. Tying run at third. Go ahead run at first. And the pitch to Shohei. Another foul ball. For the Giants, they got Dominic Smith up. The count is 1-2 to him. And Adames, who got on with a single, was over at first with 2 away. Ohtani is readjusting his batting glove, so with that, we're going to Dom Smith's at-bat. Here's the 1-2 to Smith. It's a foul ball. The 2-2 to Ohtani. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Got fooled on a curveball. And his timing was way off. And there's 2 away there. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Dom Smith. Go ahead runs over at first. The 1-2 on the way. Strike 3 called. Adames was going. Didn't matter. And so the Giants are going to the top of the 6th, still tied 4-4. Spooky Mookie due up for the Dodgers. And it ticks down for ball 1. Again, we got Angels and Twins on. We'll let you know how that's going, if there's anything to be updated on. Same thing with the A's and the Red Sox. Pitch to Mookie Betts, fly ball hit out over towards right field, and that is caught for out number 3 by the right fielder for the Colorado Rockies. Good catch there by Tyler Freeman. And so the Dodgers had runners at the corners. They could not score with 1 out. And they're going to go to the top of the 4th inning, down 1-0 to Colorado. Michael, that was an awesome game. That was a great pitching performance. It really, really was. Zach Neto just made a catch, okay, where a line drive was hit to him. He juggled it about 4 different times, and he caught it somehow with his bare hand. I mean, I've never seen that before. You could probably put like a clown, like GIF or something, and just do like a little juggling act, and just make animations, because that's how many times he juggled it, dude. That's wild. There's a fly ball hit out over towards left field, and that ball is gone in Sacramento. Narvaez goes deep for the Boston Red Sox, and they now lead it 4-0 in the top of the 5th inning with 1 out. Nice swing there. Carlos Narvaez took advantage of a hanger and just hit one out in Sacramento. Okay. Mariners are going to the bottom of the 6th. We'll have them back in action in just a few moments. Giants and Diamondbacks are also back on too. No balls, 1 strike on the pitch. It's a ground ball. It's fouled. Logan Webb with 97 pitches. Blaze Alexander is up. Remember that catch he made the other night out in Arizona? That was pretty awesome against Boston. The Twins are trying to unbreak the tie. It really was, Michael. He needed to be perfect, and he was actually perfect. He was. Like, there was... Wow. That was impressive. Alexander in the box. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a foul ball. He just stays alive. All right. Let's go back to San Diego. The pitch to Hayes. Fly ball. Hit out to deep left field. Goodbye, baseball. Austin Hayes sends one out of the yard. It's now 3-0 Reds. And the Reds are still trying to fight for that 3rd wild card spot and stay in that race. Austin Hayes hits one out to left field, and it was not coming back. Okay. The Twins also just took the lead. It's now 5-3 Minnesota. How did they get that lead? Well, what ended up happening was Royce Lewis just hit a 2-run home run to make it now 5-3. That's what happened there. So the Twins are up 5-3 against the Angels, and again, they cannot afford to lose another game because I think that they would really just be out. They lose tonight, it's going to be almost impossible for them to try to get that 3rd wild card spot. All right, so let's go back to this Diamondbacks game. There's 2 outs as Logan Webb just punched out his 8th batter. He has 103 pitches. There's 2 away there. Rockies and Dodgers are back on. Beck is up to bat. There's 1 away in the top of the 4th. Again, there's 1-1 to Beck. And the pitch is outside for ball 2. Hunter Goodman did just ground out. Mariners are back on. They'll head back there. And that game has also playoff implications too. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rivas up to bat against Miles Michaelis, who has shut out the Seattle Mariners so far. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hopefully you're all having yourselves a good night. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. So it's now 3 balls, 2 strikes. The Padres are making the pitching change. Yu Darvish, his night is done. He goes 5 2/3, gives up 3 runs. And a new pitcher coming on in for San Diego. Three balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch to Rivas. It's fouled off. Big 3-2 pitch here from Webb, and there's a swing and a ground ball hit right in front of the mound. Bailey charges, barehands it, throws it over to first, and it's in time. Patrick Bailey just called off Logan Webb and made a really nice play. Boston just got themselves an RBI single. Alex Bregman drives on in. Jarren Duran. And they now lead it 5-0 in the top of the 5th inning out in Sacramento. So 2 outs in the Giants game in the top of the 6th inning there. The 3-2 pitch to Rivas, and he fouls off yet another ball. Three-two, check swing. Did he go? He did not. And so, there is a leadoff walk to start off the bottom of the 6th. Hey, I'm sorry, can you remind me of the dates? Yes, it'll start September 18th. We'll be live 15 hours that day on September 18th, and then we're extending the fundraiser till to the Phillies game on Friday. So if you can't make it Thursday, if you want to be there Friday and donate, you most certainly can. I'm excited for it. That's Friday the 19th. So it's the 18th of September. That's Thursday, September 18th, and Friday, September 19th. If you can't make it on Thursday, you can also come on Friday too. But we'll be on for a while Thursday. No balls, 1 strike in the pitch. Ground ball, base hit back up the middle by Randy Arozarena. The runner from first is going to go all the way over towards third base. And the tying run is aboard for Seattle. We got a game out at T-Mobile Park. By the way, the Padres game is back on. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Spencer Steer. And there's 2 outs, nobody on there. Dodgers are back on as they go to the bottom of the 4th. And Freddie Freeman will lead it off. It's no balls, 1 strike to him. The 0-1 to Freddie, and that's outside for a ball. Timeout taken in the Seattle game. Mickey Gasper is up for the Minnesota Twins, and they have traffic on the bases too. It's 5-3 in the top of the 5th. So Freeman flies out over towards straightaway center field. There's out number 1 out at Dodger Stadium. Logan Webb, season high with 110 pitches in 6 innings. Here's the pitch. That is taken for a ball. The trainers are going out there to check up on Miles Michaelis. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Ollie Marble's going out there. They just had a timeout, and now they take another timeout and they make a pitching change. That's really weird. It's really odd. Padres are coming back up as they will bat in the bottom of the 6th. We'll get you updated on that. Garcia, or Chapman that is, just fouled off a pitch off the home plate umpire right on the knee. The trainer is going to go out there, the Giants trainer, to check up on the home plate umpire, and he is in pain. Wow. So with that, we'll go back over to Dodger Stadium. Yeah, Trey Turner hurt his hamstring, and he is out. He believes that he'll be back right before the playoffs start. But he is out with a grade 1 hamstring injury. Last year's injury that he had with his other hamstring, it was a grade 2, and he missed 6 weeks. And Alec Bohm is also out for the Phillies, too. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He has a shoulder injury. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Max Muncy. The pitch. Foul ball. So Lodolo has looked really good for the Cincinnati Reds. The Padres are back on. But first, the 2-2 to Max. Inside and low for ball 3. Scott Barlow will pitch now for the Cincinnati Reds, as Lodolo's day is done. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch. There's a high fly ball hit out over towards right center field. Is it deep enough to go? It's caught right in front of the warning track. Muncy thought he had it all, and he just missed it. Just missed a home run there, and there's 2 away. That was a towering shot, but it just was warning track power for out number 2. Tatis lines a single back up the middle for the Padres, and so they have a base runner with nobody out to start off the bottom of the 6th. And also, we'll bring the Giants back into the mix. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes to Matt Chapman. So Tatis gets on with a single. The Mariners also, don't forget about them. They are threatening too. And I believe that the Dodgers have 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th, and Dollander's day is done. 3-2 on the way. The Chapman ground ball hit over towards shortstop, and the throw over to first. That's going to get on by the first baseman. And so Chapman able to get on because of that. Wow. So there's a runner on base there. Cal Raleigh just walked for the Seattle Mariners, and there's bases loaded with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. Wow. That is unbelievable. Walker Buehler's going to pitch Friday. He'll start Friday. The pitch on the way. Tatis will swipe second base. The pitch, I believe, was a strike. The throw over the second base, not in time. He's ruled safe. Reds thinking about challenging this. And will they do so? No. So Tatis was safe at second, got a good jump there. Julio Rodriguez up for the Mariners. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 to Rodriguez. Line drive, base hit out to left field. 1 run will easily score. The throw to second is not in time. Seattle is on the board, and they play musical chairs. Arise just lined out to left field. Tatis stays at second base in the Padres game. And there's 1 out. All right. So we got 4 games that we're looking on into. We got the Mariners game with bases loaded, nobody out. Graceffo's pitching. The pitch to Naylor. Fly ball hit out over towards right field. That's going to split the gap. Go all the way towards the wall. This could be a bases clearing double for Seattle. The throw to the plate. That's in time to get the 3rd runner, Rodriguez, out. However, they do take the lead 3-2. It's a 2-run double by Josh Naylor. And there's now 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Okay. And with that, let's go back to Matos' at-bat for the Giants. The count is 3-0 to him. Also, Manny Machado is up for the Padres. A lot of action. 1 ball, 1 strike to Manny Machado. Tatis at second for the Padres. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss to Manny Machado. And the 3-0 to Matos. And that is on the upper third of the zone for a strike. So again, the Mariners able to take a 3-2 lead. It was not a bases clearing double. I guess technically it was. However, Rodriguez was out at the plate. 3-1 to Matos. Swing and a miss. The pitch to Machado, swing and a miss there, and he's down on strikes. So 2 outs in San Diego, and Machado is down on strikes. 3-2 is the count. In the bottom of the 6th, nobody out, a runner on over at first. In the Giants game, and the 3-2 is down and in for ball 4, and the Giants have traffic on the bases with nobody out. A tie ball game there. Here's Gavin Sheets for the San Diego Padres. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Gavin, line drive, base hit down the right field line. Tatis will march on home, and Gavin Sheets gets an RBI double to break the ice for San Diego. And that'll bring the tying run up to the plate. Okay, so they got some action over there out in San Diego at Petco Park. We have a timeout taken in the Giants game. Meanwhile, there's a play under review out in Seattle. I don't know what they're reviewing. Are they trying to see if Rodriguez, who was out at home plate, was if the catcher was blocking the plate? I don't think he was. But there's a play under review. So now Ramon Laureano comes on up for the San Diego Padres. So the play was confirmed. He was out in Seattle. 2 balls, no strikes to Ramon Laureano. 2 away, a runner on over at second. Lee just bunted for the Giants. The catcher, Marino, bobbled the ball, and the Giants had bases loaded with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. Wow. They ruled that as a hit. 3 balls, no strikes to Ramon Laureano in the Padres game, and time will be called there. So Torey Lovullo, I believe, is going to make a move, and Garcia, I think his night is done. So they will make a pitching change with nobody out, bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th. That's a nightmare of a situation if you're Arizona. So a timeout there. Let's go back over to Seattle at T-Mobile Park. It's 1 ball, 1 strike to Jorge Polanco. The Mariners were down 2-0, and they just took a 3-2 lead on an RBI single by Rodriguez and a 2-run double hit by hit by the second baseman, Josh Naylor, first baseman, that is. The pitch on the way. There's a high fly ball hit out to right field. It'll be warning track power from Polanco, but this will get the run home. It's a sac fly. It's 4-2. And so Seattle scores yet again. The Padres have themselves another base runner. And so the Reds are thinking about making a move. There is Terry Francona. Gavin Sheets with an RBI double. And a pitching change going on in San Diego. Okay. How about James Outman? He just hit a home run. The former Dodger comes through for the Minnesota Twins, and they now lead at 6-3 out in Anaheim. Wow. All right, so the Mariners game is still on. It's 2 balls, no strikes. All the other 3 games are in a break right now as we speak. 2 balls, no strikes. 4-2 is the score in the 2-0 pitch, and there's a swing and a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike. Dodgers are back on. Conforto is up at the plate, and he just takes strike 1. It's no balls, 1 strike to Michael Conforto. Feels like he just batted. It's now 3-1 to Suarez. All right, the Giants are back on. They got bases loaded. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Can they score is the question. Koss is up at the plate, and Descalfani is pitching, the former Giants. The 1-0 pitch, and there's a foul ball. Mariners now go into the top of the 7th inning. Cardinals down 4-2. Conforto just led off the bottom of the 5th for the Dodgers with a single out to left field, and he's aboard. 1-1 pitch. Line drive. Base hit down the right field line. All runs will score here for the Giants. There's 1. There's 2. And actually the third runner is going to hold up over at third base. It is 6-4 San Francisco. After being down 3-0, the Giants take the lead 6-4. I thought that all 3 runs were going to come on home. But the runner at first, Jung-Hoo Lee, made a wise decision. Tell you what, that was a good throw from the right fielder to get it to the cutoff man. My mistake there. The Giants, unbelievable. So now Patrick Bailey is up, and he sends one out to left center field. This will get home another run. The catch is made by McCarthy, and Lee will score. It's 7-4 Giants. Okay, the Padres are back on. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jackson Merrill. Suter is pitching, and the 1-2 to Merrill. He slices it foul. Again, they have 2 outs there in the bottom of the 6th. And the count is 1-2. Vikings 27-24, 1:55 left. Unbelievable there. Can't wait to watch the highlights of that game. Let you know if anything else goes on in the Giants game. Here's the 1-2 to Merrill, and that's low and outside for ball 2. Dowander got his 3rd strikeout for the Colorado Rockies. And so Andy Pages is coming up. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball hit out to left field. Goodbye, baseball. A 2-run missile. And that is going to make it now 9-4. Heliot Ramos with his 17th homer of the season. Meanwhile, the Padres just tied it up. Jackson Merrill just got on with a 2-run triple. And a brand new ball game out at Petco Park. The Padres have life. 9-4 Giants and 3-3 Padres and Reds. Double score, double kill. Let's go. Playoff baseball, the hunt for October. Insane. Devers is up for the Giants. If anything happens there, we'll let you know. 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning for San Fran, and the Padres have put up all 3 of their runs in the bottom of the 6th. Iglesias is up. The 0-1 is fouled back towards the screen. Did not forget about the Dodgers. Of course, they're down 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th. The count is 1-2. If the Dodgers lose and the Padres somehow win, well, they'll be tied for first in the NL West. Pages just grounded into a double play. The inning is over, and Jackson Merrill is stranded over at third for the Padres. So the Padres are going to the top of the 7th. The Dodgers are going to the top of the 6th. It's 1-0 Colorado. Devers is up, and also the St. Louis game is back on. Remember, the Mariners scored all 4 of their runs in the bottom of the 6th. And so they lead at 4-2. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes to Nolan Gorman as he leads off the top of the 7th. Red Sox have a 5-0 lead, and the Twins have a 6-3 lead against the Angels. Devers pokes one out to right field. He got way under it for the Giants, and there's out number 2. And Nolan Gorman, well, he ended up grounding out over to second base. And there is out number 1 in the top of the 7th for St. Louis. One away, top of the 7th. And the pitch. That ball is sliced foul. Adames sends one out over towards right center field. And Carroll's there, makes the catch over on the track. And the damage is done for San Fran. They're going to go to the top of the 7th. Diamondbacks down by 5. The ball is 1 strike to Mason Wynn for the St. Louis Cardinals. The count is 1-1. Twins, the Angels, I should say, have not gotten 1 out. And again, they need a miracle already just to stay alive for that 3rd wild card spot. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mason Wynn. Glasnow is going back out there to face the Colorado Rockies as they go to the top of the 6th. And Jeremiah Estrada is out there for the Padres. We got Cardinals and Mariners, too. It's these 3 games that we're keeping our eyes on right now. 2-2 to Win, swing and a miss. And there's out number 2. Brash able to get 2 outs in this inning. All right. Cabrian Hayes will lead it off for the Cincinnati Reds. He's 1 for 2 on the evening and takes ball 1. Jeremiah Estrada, 2/3 of an inning against the Rockies on Saturday. 4 earned runs allowed for him. Here's the 1-1, and that's a foul ball to Cabrian Hayes. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 Crooks for the St. Louis Cardinals. The pitch. And that is taken for ball 2. Glasnow with the 0-2 pitch, and that's outside for a ball. So we got Cardinals and Mariners. We got Rockies and Dodgers. And we got Reds and Padres. These 3 games that we're keeping our eyes on. 1-2. And there's a swing and a miss. And yet another strikeout for Tyler Glasnow. Give him 8 punch-outs against the Rockies. He has owned them. Meanwhile, the Padres just got a strikeout in their ball game. So Jeremiah Estrada able to get Cabrian Hayes looking at a curveball. And there is out number 1. And the Cardinals go down in order 1, 2, 3. And the Mariners will go to the bottom of the 7th. Timeout taken in San Diego. The Giants are also back on. Meanwhile, the Twins just got another run. They lead at 6-3 in the top of the 6th. So a lot of games going. With that, we go back over to San Diego for now. Glasnow does have 1 out in the top of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Up high for a ball. That was at 99 miles per hour to Stewart. No balls, 2 strikes in the Dodgers game. The 0-2 pitch, another swing and a miss. Tyler Glasnow has just been all stellar tonight. It's been nothing but glass being shattered for the Colorado Rockies bats. Crazy. 2 away, top of the 6th. It's also 2 balls, no strikes to Stewart in the Reds-Padres game. And the count is now 2-1. Glasnow with 87 pitches. What's going on, my friend Presley? 2-1, swing and a miss. So the count is now 2-2 in the Reds game. Glasnow gets set at the letters. The 0-1 pitch. That ball was fouled. No balls, 2 strikes. So the Reds and the Padres are battling. The 2-2 to Stewart, and there's a swing and a miss. And Estrada gets another strikeout in the inning. Glass now, his 0-2 pitch, another foul ball. Almost. Just missed a strikeout there. No balls, 2 strikes. These are the hot games on right now. 0-2 pitch. He gets the redemption that he needs. 10 strikeouts for Tyler Glasnow, and a masterpiece of a performance for him. But they're still down 1-0, and so the Dodgers will come back up as they head to the bottom of the 6th inning. By the way, the Reds, well, a 2-out double was given up to Matt McLean down that third base line, and the Reds are looking to go back out in front against the San Diego Padres. Oh boy, there's some drama there. And before the next at-bat occurs, Morejon is going to come on in to face TJ Friedl. Okay. Gotta tell you what, this home plate umpire has just gotten banged up in this Giants game. My gosh, he just took a foul ball to the face, to the mask, and then he got nicked up on the knee about a couple of innings before that, and I think he also got hit like in the private areas too, if I'm not mistaken. Now, don't quote me on that, but for sure he's had at least 2 foul balls that he's had to deal with that are pretty painful. Yes, very good. Very, very good. Thanks for letting me know. I did not know. I assumed that they were able to hang on and win, but I did not know. That'll be my 7th ballpark of the year, says Presley. I'm going to Fenway. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Very excited, just trying to figure out where I want to sit. Dude, let me know. Let me know, dude. That's so sick. They're coming. Yeah, that makes sense. And they got to fly back to Fenway on Thursday. Gosh, they're out in Sacramento, then they got to fly back. Oof. That's wild. Okay. Where do we go? The Seattle game is interesting. It's 4-2. Seattle in the bottom of the 7th with 2 away and nobody on. Dodgers are coming back up. Let's go there. They're down 1-0 in the bottom of the 6th. They're looking to try to tie it up. First pitch. That's for a ball. Ben Rortvedt is in the box. So 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0. It's up high for ball 2. By the way, the Cardinals are going to the top of the 8th. They trail 4-2 when they return. We'll go back to that game. Carroll did just strike out for the Diamondbacks, and the inning is over. The Giants lead it by 5. They'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Okay. And with that, we add the Reds back into the picture. TJ Friedl is up. He's down in the count 0-1. Remember, McLean's over at second. 0-1 pitch. That's down for a ball. We go double diamond. We're going to make one. Rockies and Dodgers. 3 balls, no strikes. And the pitch is outside, and the Dodgers get the leadoff man aboard. I know. The air horn. Let's go. I need more of it. Just kidding. 1-1. That misses outside for ball 2 to TJ Friedl. Dude, that's so sick. You've never been to Fenway before? This is your first time going? So what other ballparks did you go to? You went to Coors Field, right? I know you went there because your dad told me about that. Where else did you go? 2-1 pitch to Friedl. Fly ball hit out over towards right field. Tatis is there. Jumps, makes the catch. And the inning is over. And so the Reds do threaten. But They are going to the bottom of the 7th out in San Diego. We also have a timeout taken in the Dodgers game. Again, they currently do trail 1-0. That's the only game that does not have a commercial right now. It is 11:41 p.m. Eastern Time. A lot of games going on tonight with a lot of playoff scenarios, for sure. That's why we're doing Diamond Zone almost every day this week, because it is most certainly that time of the year. The A's are getting shut out by Boston. A's are pitching, though. It's 5-0, top of the 7th inning there. Really, Michael. Cardinals are back on. First pitch was fouled away. I guess the timeout was taken out at the Dodgers game. No balls, 1 strike. We're in the top of the 8th inning out in Seattle. 0-1 is the count. Sagase is up at the plate. There's the 0-1, and that ball is dribbled foul. Twins now lead at 7-3 in the bottom of the 6th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bizzardo is pitching for Seattle. And the 1-2, there's a ground ball rolled over to shortstop, and the throw over to first is just in time. That throw took a skip pass over to Josh Naylor. Here's Chapman for the Giants, and he sends a bomb out to left field. Goodbye! Chapman goes yard against Anthony DeScalfani. The former Giant gives up a meatball to Chapman. And it's now 10-4 Giants. They are just busting this thing wide open. All right, so now we got the Padres back on. It's 2 balls, 1 strike to Jake Cronenworth. We'll let you know if there's any other updates in that game. Juan Mejia will also pitch for the Rockies. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Cronenworth, and that is swung on and missed. So the count is 2-2. Also, you got Jordan Walker up for the St. Louis Cardinals. So it's these 3 games that we are focusing on. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 away in the bottom or the top of the 8th to Jordan Walker. Cronenworth just struck out in the bottom of the 7th, and 1 away out in San Diego. Ohtani's in the on-deck circle for the LA Dodgers. The 1-2 all the way to Walker. Strike 3 called, 2 gone. In the St. Louis Cardinals game. We're calling 3 games at once, folks. If this doesn't turn you on, I don't know what does. But it certainly gets my juices flowing, especially during this time of the year, with playoff baseball on the rise. Here is Shohei Ohtani for the Dodgers. Victor Scott II just hit a fly ball out to left field, but it was caught on the warning track for out number 3. So, Randy Arozarena, Cal Raleigh, and Julio Rodriguez will lead off the bottom of the 8th for the Seattle Mariners. 1 ball, no strikes to Shohei Ohtani. We're going to make a double diamond and go back and forth between the Reds-Padres game, and then we got Rockies and Dodgers. The 1-0 to Ohtani, swing and a miss. He got fooled on a slider that was low. Pitch by pitch, let's go. Furman's at bat. The 1-2 to him. Strike 3 called at the knees. That was a fastball right at the knees right through the center of the plate. Oh, boy. Andrew says, this is awesome. I'm happy that you love it, man. 2 balls, 1 strike to Shohei Ohtani. That pitch that was called, that was a strike. Here's the 2-1 to Shohei. That misses downstairs for ball 3. Tatis is up for the Padres. He stares at strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to Tatis. 3-1 to Ohtani. Nobody out there. 0-1 to Tatis. 2 out there. 3-1 to Ohtani. There's a swing and a miss. And by the way, Tatis also swung on and missed at his pitch. And so it's 0-2. Tatis definitely checked his swing. No balls, 2 strikes. We're going to Tatis's at bat first. Phillips kicks, fires, and Tatis holds his horses. Payoff pitch to Shohei, down low for ball 4. Tying run over at second, and the go-ahead run over at first base for the Dodgers. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tatis, and he'll step out of the box and step back on in. Mookie Betts is due up for L.A. The 1-2 to Tatis. Ground ball hit over to shortstop. Picked up by De La Cruz. He'll take his time. Throw it over to first. And the inning is over. And the Reds and Padres are tied 3-3. So back now to the Dodgers game. Excuse me. Sorry about the burping. Can't control it. No balls. 1 strike. Betts 0 for 2. Rortvedt at second. Ohtani at first. The 0-1 pitch to Mookie as down and out for ball 1. We also have Randy Arozarena due up for the Seattle Mariners. And his count is 1-1. The pitch to Betts. Foul ball. You've done 12 games at once, triple diamond zone. Let's go! Let's go. We're locked in. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mookie Betts. And 1 ball, 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. Padres, Reds in a break. The 1-2 to Arozarena, foul ball. We got a Diamond Zone update. Gabriel Moreno just hit a solo home run for the Arizona Diamondbacks, and they're now down 10-5. So just wanted to make sure that we updated you on that. The 1-2 to Mookie. Foul ball. And Arozarena just fouled off the next pitch, too. Padres and Reds are coming back on. We'll stick to the triple diamond. The 1-2 to Betts. It's inside and high for ball 2. Let's go, chat. Come on. Charge! There's a fly ball hit out to right field for Del Castillo, and that is just caught on the track. I thought that was going to be caught, or it was going to go all the way over that fence. That was not the case. Okay. Betts just hit a fly ball out over towards right field. It was caught by Freeman, and the runner, Rortvedt, did go over to third base. So now there's runners on at the corners. Arozarena's pitch. He looks at a called strike 3, and there's 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Wow. So 1 out there. Freeman is now due up. And he takes high for ball 1. In the Padres game, it's no balls, 2 strikes to Mlb Marte, and he just struck out. Mason Miller is pitching for San Diego in the ends up saying good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Mlb Marte. 2 balls, no strikes to Freddie Freeman. Runners at the corners, bottom of the 6th. Dodgers trying to knock on the door and tie the game. 2-0 to Freddie. That's inside for ball 3. It's 0-2 to Cal Raleigh. It's 3-0 to Freddie Freeman. And it's 0-1 to Ellie De La Cruz. 3 balls, no strikes, and the next pitch is just in there for a strike to Freeman. Giants are also going to the bottom of the 8th. They're up 10-5. 2 outs now in the Mariners game as Raleigh, I believe, struck out. The 3-1 to Freddie. That is at the knees again for strike 2. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ellie De La Cruz. What a night in Major League Baseball. Miller kicks, fires, and that ball is just fouled off. That was a 101 on the gun. Rodriguez did just ground out, and so the Mariners need 3 more outs to secure the victory against the St. Louis Cardinals. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Freddie Freeman. Munoz will come on in for Seattle. The 3-2 on the way. Foul ball. Go back to the double diamond. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ellie De La Cruz. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 102 on the gun for Money Miller. Gosh, he just brings that high heat every time. And he threw a fastball that just went whizzing by Ellie De La Cruz. Here's Freeman's pitch. There's a line drive, base hit out over towards right field. That was off the first baseman's glove. 1 run will score. It's 1-1. Dodgers tie it up. Ohtani stops at 3rd. And Freeman's at 2nd. A brand new ball game out in LA as they finally break the ice and punch their way through to tie up the knots. Back to the Padres game. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tony Santillon is warming up in the pen. 1 ball, 1 strike to Hayes. The pitch, swing and a miss. 102 on the gun again from Mason Miller. They will load the bases in the Dodgers game, and they will face Teoscar Hernandez, but Mejia, I believe, is going to be pulled. Or at least a mound visit will be made. Yes. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Austin Hayes. 2 away, top of the 8th. The 1-2 pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over towards shallow left field. And the catch will be made by Gavin Sheets for out number 3. And so the Padres and Reds will go to the bottom of the 8th inning, still tied 3-3. And with that, we go back to the Dodgers game. They're tied 1-1, bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the 6th. They're looking to try to punch their way through and take that lead against the Colorado Rockies. All these wins matter for them. We also have a top of the 9th alert going on out in St. Louis. Andres Munoz will try to close the deal. The pitch to Teoscar, strike 1. And the 0-1 pitch to Lars Nootbaar is swung on and missed. So it's going to be back and forth between the Dodgers, Rockies game, and Cardinals, Mariners. Here's the 0-1 to Teoscar, swing and a miss. That fastball was at 97. It went outside. The 0-2 pitch to Lars. Fly ball hit out over towards shallow left field, and that's going to be caught right on the line by Randy Arozarena for out number 1. No balls, 2 strikes to Teoscar Hernandez. Base is juiced, 1 out. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And Teoscar is down on strikes. Patrick Bailey just sent one out to right field. A home run derby out in San Francisco. They now lead it 11-5. Here's Conforto, the pitch to him. Line drive, foul ball. It's also 2 balls, no strikes out in Seattle. The Giants' offense just absolutely providing all their firepower that they have put out today. Munoz has not found the zone in this at-bat here. The 3-0 pitch is in there for strike 1. Back to the Dodgers game. No balls, 1 strike to Teoscar Hernandez. That's not Teoscar. That's Michael Conforto. The pitch is taken inside for a ball. Teoscar did just strike out. What are we talking about, JJ? The Cardinals will send the tying run up to the plate in the top of the 9th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike out in L.A., and the 1-1 is fouled off. Padres are also back on. That game is in the bottom of the 8th, and it's a 1-1 count to Luis Ariz. So, triple box. No balls, 1 strike. Munoz kicks, deals. That's a foul ball. The pitch to Conforto, foul ball again. Ariz did just fly out to right, and so there's 1 out in the bottom of the 8th out in San Diego. Al Burleson is up for the St. Louis Cardinals. It's 0-2. It's also 1-2 to Conforto. Munoz's pitch. It's fouled off. And the 1-2 to Conforto is outside for ball 2. For the Padres, they'll send Manny Machado up to the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Michael Conforto, and the next pitch is up high and away for ball 3. Machado just took strike 1. The 0-2 on the way to Burleson. Swing and a miss. There's 2 gone in the top of the 9th, and Munoz is 1 out away from getting the save. All right, here we go. Big payoff pitch coming up, and the pitch on the way. Ground ball hit over to shortstop, and the throw to first is in time. The Dodgers only get 1 run in that bottom of the 6th inning, and they strand bases loaded, and so it is a 1-1 ball game as they go to the top of the 7th. So with that, the Padres are still on. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Manny Machado with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. And again, the Cardinals are 1 out away from losing this ball game out in Seattle. Machado's 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a ground ball. Dive and stop by McLean. He gets up, throws over to first, and takes away a base hit from Manny. There's Nolan Gorman for the St. Louis Cardinals. Swing and a miss. He had a pitch that was in the dirt, and when chasing after it, he did not even know what was coming. Munoz gets set above the letters. Kicks, deals, strike 2, it's at the knees. That's a slider at 87 miles per hour. And the Cardinals are down to their final strike. Gavin Sheets did just single for the Padres. Mariners fans on their feet. Seattle trying to shut the door. And time is called. Sheets is over at first for San Diego. No balls, 2 strikes. And the final strike is what the Cardinals are down to. Munoz kicks, fires. It's down and in for a ball. The Diamondbacks just started off their 9th inning as they trail by 6. Laureano just took strike 1. Before we go to his pitch, which was high, let's go to the 1-2 to Gorman. Here it is. It's outside and low for ball 2. We'll get to that Rockies game in just a little bit. So Glasnow's day is done. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Why does it say he has 32 pitches? That's not the case. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and the ball game is over out at T-Mobile Park, and Munoz does get the save. All right, what happened to Laureano? He's down in the count 1-2. So the fireworks go off out in Seattle. Big win for them. We'll celebrate that in just a few seconds. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Laureano, and the pitch is fouled away. So the Seattle Mariners hang on and beat the Cardinals. Josh Naylor's 2-run double was the difference. That's big. All right, so we got 1 ball, 2 strikes in the bottom of the 8th inning out in San Diego. The pitch. There's a ground ball. Hit over to shortstop. The throw to second. That's in time. And we're going to the 9th inning. Neither of these teams can break the ice. And the Reds and Padres are tied up 3-3. With that, we got the Rockies-Dodgers game still on. Glasnow still pitching for L.A. And the pitch is outside and low for a ball. Again, if the Dodgers lose and if the Padres win, the Padres and the Dodgers will be tied for first in the NL West race. There was a ground ball hit in the Rockies game. The throw to first, Freeman just kept his foot on the bag. That was big. So Jordan Beck is retired. Glasnow today for the LA Dodgers. 6 2/3. He has something special going on right now. And he has 10 strikeouts too. But he's losing 1-0. Did not realize this. Glasnow has been really strong. The pitch, it's up high for a ball. In case you're wondering how the Rockies did get the run, Kyle Farmer hit a sac fly. Again, he's been really good today. 99 pitches for Tyler Glasnow. They're working up his pitch count. Don't think he'll go the distance. 0-2. That is outside and low for a ball. That was his 100th pitch. I do not think he will go the distance. Diamondbacks are also down to their final outs. O'Neal Cruz, my friend. That's who I would go to. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. It's up high for ball 2. Reds and Padres are back on to start the top of the 9th inning. How about the Red Sox? They're blowing out the Athletics 7-0. Have not even gone to that game. We have not even gone there. Marte grounds out to first, and the Giants able to get a huge win after being down 3-0. They're able to outscore the Diamondbacks 11-2. And they get a big comeback victory to keep their playoff hopes alive. Big loss for the Diamondbacks, too. Here's the 2-2 from Tyler. And did he go? They said he did not. It looked like he did. If I'm being honest with you, I think he committed. And Glasnow wanted the call. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. That's a foul ball. Again, he has been really sharp. Through 6 and 2/3. Excuse me. Three balls, 2 strikes, 104 pitches for Tyler Glasnow. The payoff pitch, he got him! A big swing and a miss. And Tyler Glasnow gets a standing ovation from Dodgers Nation. 7 innings. And he has something really special going on right now. 2 balls, 1 strike. In the at-bat to Spencer Steer in the top of the 9th inning out in San Diego. It's now 2-2. Pitching is Robert Suarez, trying to keep it a tie game. The pitch to Steer, and that's down for ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Robert Suarez throws the high heat. And there is out number 2 in the top of the 9th. So Steer swings and misses at the fastball. By the way, the Angels have runners on over at first and second. We'll actually put them on, too. There's 2 outs, runners on at first and second, and the count is 1-2 to Zach Neto. 1-2 pitch to Neto. Line drive. Played on the bounce by the shortstop. The throw over to first is in time. What a play by the shortstop for the Minnesota Twins. A heck of an effort there by Lee to save a run from coming on in. They're going to the top of the 8th. Here's Cabrian Hayes. A ground ball hit over to shortstop, and the throw over to first is in time. The Padres will try to walk it off as they go to the bottom of the 9th inning. They're tied up 3-3. Out in San Diego. Okay. I don't know why. I don't think that this is charging. So we'll have to flip it the other way. Let us know who is still rocking with us down below. Would love to hear what you guys are saying about this episode of Diamond Zone. Do you like it? Do you not like it? How you feeling? Be honest. Angel Shavilli. Hopefully I said that correctly. Will now come on in to pitch against the Dodgers. And so the first pitch is taken for a strike to Hye-Sung Kim. 0 for 1 with a walk and a stolen base. No balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 7th. And the 0-1 pitch is low for a ball. There's still 4 games left on this night in Major League Baseball. 2 important ones, really 3. But the Angels are getting blown out. They had a chance in the bottom of the 7th, just could not do anything. 1-2 is the count now. Tyler Glasnow, 7 innings, 1 earned run, 11 strikeouts on 105 pitches, and just continues to be magnificent. Also 2 walks. That's how he allowed the run. The sac fly came after that. 1-2 to Hye-Sung Kim, swing and a miss. The offense has not had his back, clearly. He might end up with a no decision. Unless the Dodgers can get a run here. You expect that Glasnow is probably going to be done. Jackson Merrill will lead off the bottom of the 9th for the San Diego Padres. Who else is here? Comment down below. We're going to refresh the page. I am he that had you on mute, JJ, as I was watching the Bears game. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That Bears game was quite a finish, dude. Emilio Pagan is going to pitch. Bottom of the ninth. Can't wait to watch the rest of the highlights. Páez, I believe, just got hit by a pitch. Is that what happened? Yep, he did. Got hit on the lower back. So these are the two interesting games right now. Merrill is up for San Diego. 1 ball, no strikes. Pagan kicks, delivers, and that ball is fouled away. Páez got hit by a pitch, and he is currently over at first base for the Dodgers. Ryan O'Hearn waits in the on-deck circle. And Ben Rortvedt is up for the Dodgers. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jackson Merrill. So O'Hearn's on deck in that game. We're going to go back-to-back in these games. And go back and forth, I should say. 1-2 is fouled away to Jackson Merrill. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Rortvedt. That misses outside for a ball. One ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 to Jackson, swinging a ground ball, pulled over towards the first base side. First baseman has it, takes it to the bag. 2 gone. Or 1 gone, I should say, in the bottom of the ninth. Okay. Lock in, JJ. Again, if the Dodgers lose and if the Padres win, they'll be tied for first, the Padres, in the NL West for the division. And the Dodgers are just also trying to not only win the game for their, to keep their division title, but they're also trying to keep up with the Phillies too, for that second seed. If I can only speak. 1-2 to Rortvedt. There's a fly ball hit out over towards shallow center field. Rojas is there, makes the catch. For the shortstop, Tavar, that is, for out number 2. And now Ohtani comes up. Also, Ryan O'Hearn is due up for the Padres. Pagan kicks, deals, and O'Hearn takes strike 1. So back and forth in these games. Ohtani is up. We'll see his first pitch that he gets from Mejia, and it's down for a ball. Back to O'Hearn's at bat. No balls, 1 strike, and the 0-1 swing and a miss. Got a fastball there at 96 miles per hour. Ohtani's pitch, down for ball 2. Phillies need 11 more. No, the magic number is 11. Doesn't mean that they need 11 more wins. It's a combination of wins and losses. If they actually sweep the Mets, just putting this out there, the magic number goes down to 5. 2 balls, no strikes to Ohtani, and the next pitch is taken for a strike. The 1-2 to O'Hearn, swing and a miss, and there is out number 2. I don't think we will catch up to the Phillies or the Brewers, says Andrew. I don't know. I'll look at the standings after this. The pitch to Ohtani, line drive it out to right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And so that's going to put runners at the corners with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Actually, Ohtani did just go to second base. He did extend the single into a double. And he's in scoring position. Okay. And by the way, the Padres are now going into extra innings. So Jake Cronenworth just got himself out, and we're going to have free baseball out in San Diego. So there's some drama there, too. Dodgers have Ohtani at second, and a timeout taken in that game as Colorado and LA are tied 1-1. Betts is due up. So if we do take a look at the standings for the NL overall records, The Dodgers are 4.5 games behind the Philadelphia Phillies. Now, they could catch up to the Cubs, but that does not matter because the Cubs are not winning their division. So that obviously does not matter at all. All right. Let's go to Mookie Betts' at-bat right now. The Padres are also 1 game in back of the Dodgers, as we mentioned. Technically speaking, the Mets are 3.5 games behind the Dodgers. And they are also 2.5 in back of San Diego for that second wild card spot. No balls, 1 strike to Mookie Betts. Let's focus on his at-bat. Here's the 0-1 to Mookie, swing and a miss. The Reds will also lead off the top of the 10th. The 0-2 to Mookie. It's down for a ball. Stevenson will lead it off in the top of the 10th for the Reds. And the first pitch is grounded over to shortstop, picked up by Iglesias, and the throw to first is in plenty of time for out number 1. Big pitch to Mookie Betts. And here it comes. Line drive, hit out to center field. Perez will score. Ohtani's rounding third. He's being waved home. And Mookie gives the Dodgers the lead. What a swing by Betts. And he comes through in the clutch. Swing there. 1 ball, no strikes to Matt McLean, and the next pitch is fouled away. So the Reds are trying to take the lead against the San Diego Padres. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. He's 0 for 1 in his career against Robert Suarez. Up to bat next is Freddie Freeman for the Dodgers. We'll get to that at bat in just a few moments. Suarez kicks, fires, and the pitch is inside for ball 2. And Freddie's at bat. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That ball's popped up. It's hit out over towards second base. And the shortstop, Tavares, there behind second base, and he'll make the catch. The damage is done, and Mookie does give the Dodgers a 3-1 lead on a 2-run single. And so Glasnow is still eligible to get the win. And the Dodgers still have their special pitching performance intact. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Robert Suarez pitching. Reds trying to take the lead. The 2-2 on the way. Strike 3 called at the knees. That was a fastball, and it absolutely froze up Matt McLean, and Mike Schilt will make a move, and he's going to go to his bullpen. Ay. What a ball game there. Dr. Delay, what's going on, my friend? How are you? Drop your link down below, guys. If you like the Steelers, if you like the Pirates, if you're a baseball fan, if you're a football fan, it doesn't matter if it's college football or professional football, that is your guy. His name is Dr. Delay. Now, somebody asked me about the Dodgers magic number. The Dodgers magic number right now is, I believe, 18, because they ended up winning against the Orioles one day ago. But I don't know if that means that it's 18 for the division or getting into the playoffs. I don't think it's getting into the playoffs. I think that it's getting into the division or winning the division. Phillies' magic number is 14. That I do know. So if I do the wins and loss, the magic number calculator, right? For baseball, you go to Baseball Reference, right? It's the number of games in the season, which is 162. It's the number of wins by the winning team, which is 79. And then the Padres have 65 losses. The magic number for them to win the division is 19. So that is correct. Now, the magic number for them to get into the playoffs would have to be 68, right? So that is at 16 for them to get into the playoffs. Correct. Oh, wait, no, it's not. For them to get into the playoffs, I'm sorry, that's 71. So the magic number for them to get into the playoffs is 13. Okay. All right. So I hope that answered your question. All right, so let's go back to the Padres game and the Dodgers game. These are the only two interesting games on right now. Again, the Angels are down 9-3. That game is in the bottom of the 8th. There's a blowout there. And Brent Rooker is up for the Athletics. They're down 7-0 in the bottom of the 9th. So it's just these two games that are going on that have a lot of meaning. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the Padres game, 2 outs. Wandy Peralta is pitching. And TJ Friedl is up. There's the 1-1 to Friedl. That's outside for ball 2. 13 for the playoffs. 19 for the division. Correct. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the Cardinals lost. So that helped. It went up. 2-1 pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over towards left field. That's caught. And the Padres are going to the bottom of the 10th as they look to try to walk it off. Freddie Furman will be due up at the plate. In the Dodgers game, it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Karras. And the pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. Got it, thanks. Yep, I got you, my friend. So, Glasnow, his night is done, by the way. So, he can't complete the job. They can do a combination, though, of something special here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dodgers lead it 3-1. Karras kicks, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. And there's 2 gone in the top of the 8th inning. So 2 away. Karras is down on strikes. Blake Trinan was pitching, by the way. Sorry about that. So 2 outs there. Kurtz just grounded out, and the ball game out in Sacramento is over. So with that, there's just 3 games left on this night in baseball. First pitch to Fernandez. That's Yanquiel Fernandez. Takes strike 1 right down the middle. No balls, 1 strike. Trinan kicks, deals. There's a pop-up. Hit out over towards the third base side. Third baseman Muncy has it, makes the catch. The inning is over. How about the Dodgers pitching? Able to just do magic here in Dodger Stadium. All right, the Reds are coming back on. Right on cue. Nick Martinez will go out there to pitch the bottom of the 10th. And the Padres are looking to walk it off out in San Diego. So bottom of the 10th. A runner on over at second. Furman is up. He'll show bunt. And he bunts it over towards the first base side. And it is a foul ball. Spencer Steer tried to dive for it. Almost made a ridiculous catch. He knew that the bunt was coming. He did. He came running on in and just could not get there. And there is strike one. No balls, one strike to Jose Furman. The pitch, and Furman shows bunt again over towards the mound. This will get the runner over to third. The throw to first, it's struck by the first baseman. And Cronenworth will stay put at third. Steer took his eyes off the ball. And all of a sudden, runners are at the corners for San Diego. Wow. That was a good throw over to first base. And Spencer Steer, I believe that was him, just dropped the ball. It was. Right to the chest. Here comes Tatis. A deep fly ball ends the game. And the first pitch is swung on and missed. Fernandez has 3 career walk-off hits. Can he be the hero? Martinez gets set. He kicks. He fires. And that ball is fouled away. Reds trying to hold on for dear life. Jaden Hill is pitching for the Rockies. We'll get to that game in a little bit, but obviously this one is the most important right now. The pitch to Tatis, up high for ball 1. Dodgers did just fly out. There's one gone in the bottom of the 8th. It's 12:27 p.m. Eastern Time. Martinez kicks, delivers, and Tatis sends one out to left field. This will be deep enough to score the runner. The catch is made. Cronenworth running for his life. The throw's not in time. San Diego walks it off on a sac fly. Tatis is being paraded by his teammates over at first base. And a Padres win, able to keep their division hopes alive. And Tatis walks it off. He's the hero. All right. With that, we got 2 games left. That is Dodgers and Rockies. And then again, the Angels are getting blown out. The score is 9-3 there. So that game is done. The Padres game, that is. Okay. So let's go back to the Dodgers game. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Again, the Twins are just trying to capitalize and get some more runs. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Conforto is up. The pitch on the way is outside for ball 1. So the iPad is done. You can turn this off and say goodnight to the iPad. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's a foul ball. Hit over by Michael Conforto. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's also 0-1 to Martin, who is up for Minnesota. The 1-1 pitch. That misses down and in for ball 2. Got a lot of Diamond Zone this week. We also got the Eagles game on Sunday after the Phillies are done. Unless the Phillies game runs late. 2-1 to Conforto, ground ball, and that's hit in front of the mound. Catcher gets to it, and the throw over to first is in time. And so, the Dodgers will try to finish the job that they could not complete against the Orioles. Can they do it, is the question. We'll see. With that, the Twins game is still on. Again, this is just a blowout. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 is high for ball 2. Angels, they're 8 games. I believe that they're 8 games behind the Seattle Mariners. They're 8.5. 8.5 games in back. So if they somehow win this, and again, they cannot afford to lose a game. They would be 8 games back instead of 8.5. Twins, on the other hand, they're still not technically out of it either, but it's more of a long shot for them too. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 on the way. Strike 3 called. There's 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning as Matt Wallner goes down looking on strikes. All right. The Dodgers are going to the top of the 9th inning, trying to finish the job. Two gone, top of the 9th. The pitch is up high for a ball. Tyler Glasnow was absolutely sensational today for the Dodgers. And the bullpen so far has been really sharp too. Trinan is the only one that pitched though, so. We have some defensive substitutions for the Dodgers outfield. First pitch, swing and a miss. Tanner Scott is going to pitch. 52 games under his belt this year. And he's 1-3. Any home runs in the Twins game? I'll let you know in a sec. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a swing and a fly ball. Hit out over towards left field. And that is going to go all the way towards the wall. It took them until the 9th inning for the Rockies to get their first hit. And Tanner Scott allows a double, and the tying run is coming up to the plate for Colorado. Wow. So the Rockies, Tyler Glasnow did not allow a hit in 7 innings. And the bullpen, Tanner Scott, gives up the first hit in the 9th inning. And now Freeman comes up, and the first pitch, did he go? He did not. The pitch was inside. So in the Twins game, Royce Lewis homered twice. James Outman also homered as well. And for the Angels, they had no homers. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive, and that's caught over at shortstop for out number 1. And the Rockies still have the tying run coming up to the plate. Sorry about that. Did not get that done. Rising Rhino, how are you? Rising Rhino, let's go. Guys, make sure that you guys go check out the Rhino. Dude, I got to tell you, the episode today that you and Dr. DeLay did was absolutely awesome. I tuned on in for the whole thing. The trainer is out there to go check up on Ritter, and he, I believe, he's in a lot of pain. Uh-oh. They're going to try to get him up. And they did. And Ritter is going to come out of the ball game. What ended up happening? Let's see. As he was going back over to second, he sort of, it was a non-contact injury, and he was grabbing on to that ACL, it looked like. Don't want to assume, but again, it was just non-contact, and that thing just popped. Oh, my gosh. He's walking back over towards the dugout. Now he's not on his own. The trainer is right by him. He just went down. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but he is walking. That's the good news. But gosh, that looked scary. He's walking. So Ritter is coming out of the game. Maybe it's not ACL. Again, we can't just assume. But first, you kind of figured because he just landed down again. It was non-contact. Maybe he tweaked something, though. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So 1 out in the top of the 9th. By the way, the Twins did just get 2 more runs. They ended up getting a couple of more thanks to a double by Wallner, a 2-run double by Wallner, and an RBI single by Luke Kearshaw. Now Caleb Ferguson is going to go out there to talk to Tanner Scott. So the tying run is coming up to the plate. We saw what happened the last time. The Dodgers had a no-no going into the 9th inning. Hopefully, for their sake, it does not repeat itself. Rhino had a great Monday night game tonight. Dude, I'm sure. You had a great week, dude. You really did. You had an awesome Sunday night game. And you had a good call. I was listening. I listened. I listened to a little bit of it. I was listening in that 4th quarter, dude. You're, I don't really say this often, but like you're really good, man. You really are. All right, so here is the pitch, and that's taken for a strike. Mickey Moniak, his spot was due up, and strike 1 is taken. Who's the pinch hitter? Good question. We're trying to find that out. I mean it, dude. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. I don't know if you saw my comment, but I meant that too. Dude, Dr. Delay with all these hot takes. Oh, man, I can't take them. I don't know how you took them this morning, Rhino. I don't know. I don't know how you dealt with it. 0-2 on the way. Line drive played on the bounce by the shortstop Rojas, and the throw over to first is in time, and the Dodgers are 1 out away from securing the dub. There's still 1 game left, technically. We'll stay on just in case something weird happens. Hunter Goodman is coming up. It's all up to him for Colorado. He's their best hitter. First pitch is taken way inside for ball 1. That was at 98 miles per hour. The 1-0 to Goodman, swinging a line drive cut by the third baseman Muncy, and the ball game is over. So the Dodgers are able to get themselves another win in the books. Tanner Scott gets the save. 3-1 final score against the Colorado Rockies. They still lead the NL West by 1 game, and they get their 80th win of the season. And with that, we got our final game on. And Cabrera will pitch the bottom of the 9th in what has been a blowout of a ball game out in Anaheim. It's Genesis Cabrera who's going to pitch. And we got our single diamond left. Our single diamond. Alrighty. One more diamond left on this night in baseball. No balls, 1 strike to Lugo. Bottom of the 9th. 0-1 is the count. Cabrera kicks, fires, swing and a miss. Let's go. I appreciate you, JJ. No one does the Diamond Zone but you. You're the best. Dude, you are. This is you, Andrew. I appreciate you for saying that, man. Every day this week, we're going to have one. We really are. It's going to be awesome. Here's the 0-2. There's a ground ball hit over to shortstop, and Lee throws it over to first, and there's 1 away in the bottom of the 9th inning. And we got 2 outs left on this night in Major League Baseball. And before we do go, we are going to look at those standings. So just be on the lookout for that. Rivero is up for the Angels. 1 out, bottom of the 9th. And the pitch is taken low for ball 1 to Rivero. Diamond Uno. 1 left. 1 ball, no strikes. Make sure you join us tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we will be back on for Diamond Zone as I take a look at the MLB schedule. The pitch is, by the way, down low for ball 2. Tomorrow night we will be doing Diamond Zone, same time, same place. The Phillies play at 6:45, so we'll be back on at 10:20. Okay? And the same games are going on. It's like all the same times. It's funny. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rivero with a 2-run double in the 2nd. And a run scored. Here's the 2-1, and that is taken low for ball 3. We also got the Yankees on tomorrow. We have more games. It feels like that we had a lot today. How many teams play? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that means 4 games were not played today. 3 balls, 1 strike. And there's the 3-1, and that misses outside for ball 4. And the Angels get a 1-out walk. They need a 3-run homer just to cut the deficit in half. I wonder what the Angels' tragic number is. So they call the magic number the amount of wins and losses for the team that's out in front, trying to get into a playoff spot. And then tragic number is how many losses you need to miss the playoffs. Bryce Teodosio launches one into outer space, but it's a foul ball. Bryce did have his first career triple. I saw that he was trying to get his first career triple about a couple of weeks ago, but then he was out trying to extend a double into a triple. No balls, 1 strike to Bryce. Genesis Cabrera kicks and deals, swing and a miss on a splitter in the dirt. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and there's out number 2. Out in L.A. Woo. So 2 gone in the bottom of the 9th inning. Royce with his 2nd career game with 2 homers. In a first game of a series out at Angel Stadium. It's all up to Mike Trout. Pitch number 1 to Trout. It's down for ball 1. There's also the final sporting event going on in this night in America. 1 ball, no strikes to Mike Trout. Is a .230 average this season. The 1-0 pitch. That's outside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. 2-0 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Could you please have a look at this? Okay. Love it. Awesome job. Really. That's really cool. I like that a lot. I will actually use that That's a cool background. That's so cool, dude. It might be covered, but that's a sick background. 2-2. That's a foul ball. Is that a thumbnail? I really like that. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Mike Trout. He's down to his final strike. 2-2 pitch. There's a ground ball. It's fouled over towards the third base side. Weird. Music just kept cutting out. Yeah. The 2-2 the Trout. That's down for ball 3. So the count is full. Nationals absolutely poured their hearts and souls out against the Marlins. 15 runs, 15-7. Yeah, dude. That's good on your end. 3-2 the Trout. Foul ball. And Scott Kingery goes back over to first. Is that Kingery? Payoff pitch to Trout. That's outside, and the game continues for the Angels. Angels are stalling for time. So Cabrera, with 2 outs, 2 runners on, in the bottom of the 9th inning. And now Scott Kingery is due up. Excuse me. So the guy that's over at first, that's Rivero. Who, by the way, is 2 RBI today. Yeah, good job on your end, dude. 2 gone, bottom of the 9th. And the first pitch, swing and a miss. On a 4-seamer at 95 miles per hour. No balls, 1 strike. And the 0-1 pitch. There's a foul ball. By the way, I will look up the Phillies' magic number to clinch the 2 seed right now. I will look that up really quickly. 162, 84. 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Ball game over, and the Angels lose. The Twins do win, and that's how the night of baseball ends. All right. Another edition of Diamond Zone in the books, baby. Let's go. Nice job. All right, cool. All right, good stuff. So the night of baseball is over. I want to thank you all very, very much for spending time with me on here. We got a good day in baseball. We really did. The Nationals, they were able to win 15-7 I know that no one's really taken a lot of stock into the Nationals and Marlins, but there was a lot of offense in that game. If you had Hernandez, he had an RBI single. This game was at one point 10-2, and it finished 15-7. Just absolutely unbelievable. A lot of offense for Washington. Josh Bell went 4 for 6. He had 2 homers in that game. Luis Garcia Jr. hit a home run. He scored 3 times and ended up going 2 for 4. Robert Hassel got a hit. Everybody got a hit in the Nationals lineup, and almost everybody got a hit in the Miami Marlins lineup too. Mesa Jr. hit a 3-run home run. Jacob Marcy homered as well. So you had a lot of offense there. The Guardians, I got to tell you, Slade Sassani had a no-hitter going into the 8th inning, and that was broken up. But they still were able to win. 10-2 was the final score there. If we take a look at the standings, and we'll do that in a little bit, we'll let you know where everybody is. But the Braves, they won 4-1. They took care of business against the Chicago Cubs. Good win for them. You got the Rangers shutting out the Milwaukee Brewers. That was huge, too. That definitely helps the Phillies out if they're trying to still get the best overall record, because they're now 4.5 games behind the Milwaukee Brewers. Now, again, they do not own the tiebreaker. Milwaukee does. But even still, they are 4.5 games behind Milwaukee for that best record in all of baseball. Okay, so that is good to know. Phillies actually have the second best record in baseball, too. What else do we got? We got the Mariners hanging on and beating the St. Louis Cardinals, a pivotal game for the both of those teams. The Mariners, when we take a look at how they're doing in the division standings, they are 2 games in back of Houston now. They've won 3 in a row. They're also 3.5 in front of the Texas Rangers for the AL West as well. Rangers are 1.5 games behind the Seattle Mariners, also for that 3rd wild card spot. So, yes, that is what's going on over there. You got the Padres taking care of business against the Cincinnati Reds. Now, for the Reds, that was not a good loss for them. They are 1 game in back of the Giants and 4 games in back of the New York Mets, who are still in that 3rd wild card spot. They are still, though, half a game above the Diamondbacks and the St. Louis Cardinals, which is still big for them, too, because, again, as we transition into this game, the Giants did win. 11-5 was the final score in that game against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, the Red Sox, they took care of business. We did not go to this game, but they shut out the Athletics 7-0. That was a big pitching performance there that they got out of their pitching staff. Garrett Crochet went 7 innings. He gave up 3 hits, and he struck out 10 batters. No walks in that ball game allowed by Garrett Crochet, and he absolutely shut down the Athletics. Duran, Bregman, and Trevor Story each had 2 hits. Those are all 3 of their top 3 hitters. So they did very well tonight for Boston. The Dodgers, they won 3-1. Tyler Glasnow had no hits allowed through 7 innings, and the no-hitter was broken up in the top of the 9th on a double allowed by Tanner Scott. And then the Angels, what else do we have? We had the Angels taking on the Minnesota Twins, and they're just about out of it. They really are. They are just about out of the playoff picture. They lost 12-3, and so the ball game was a complete blowout. The Minnesota Twins won. Royce Lewis had 2 big home runs in that game and just absolutely set the tone. So with that, we are going to take a look at the wild card standings and the division races right now. Again, I wish I could pull this up. I can't, though. So in the American League East, the Blue Jays are 2 games above the Yankees and 3 above the Boston Red Sox. Okay, the Yankees currently have the number 1 wild card spot. The Red Sox have the number 2. So the Red Sox are 1 game in back of the New York Yankees. Now in the AL Central, the Detroit Tigers are 8.5 games in front of the Cleveland Guardians, and they are also 9 games above the Kansas City Royals. The Royals again lost 10-2 to Cleveland, so it's a big loss for them there. The Astros are 2 games in front of the Seattle Mariners, and they are 3.5 in front of the Texas Rangers for that AL West. Okay, wanted to also put that out there too. So that means that when we take a look at the league record, right? The Blue Jays are half a game above the Tigers. The Yankees are 2 games behind Toronto, and they're 1.5 behind Detroit, but that doesn't really matter. The Astros, though, are 4.5 games behind Toronto and 4 behind Detroit. So that is important to know. In the wild card standings in the American League, you got the Seattle Mariners in 3rd, you got the Yankees in 1st, and Boston in 2nd. Again, as we mentioned before, Yankees are 1 game in front of Boston. Boston is 3.5 games above the Seattle Mariners, which I don't really know if that really matters for them right now. But the Mariners are 1.5 games above the Texas Rangers. They're 2.5 in front of the Cleveland Guardians. They're 3 games above the Kansas City Royals and 4.5 games above the Tampa Bay Rays. The Rays still have a shot at this, technically speaking. It's hard to believe, but that is the case. They are 1 game under 500. They still technically have a shot. In the National League, when we take a look at the standings over there, okay, so the Milwaukee Brewers are, actually we'll go by division first. So the Phillies are now 8 games above the New York Mets in the National League East, which is big for them. The Mets have lost their last 3 games in a row, and that's how the division stands over there. The Brewers are 7.5 games above the Chicago Cubs. And the Dodgers in the NL West are 1 game in front of the Padres. They're 7 games above the San Francisco Giants, and they are 8.5 games above the Arizona Diamondbacks. So that's how it goes there. The Phillies have the 2nd best overall record in all of baseball, so therefore they are behind Milwaukee for the best record in the National League and in all of baseball too. But they're 4.5 games in back of Milwaukee. And they're also 4 games above the LA Dodgers, who were winning the NL West. So that means that the Phillies, if the playoffs were to start today, they would have the number 2 seed, and therefore they would get a bye in the first round and avoid the wild card series. Now, for the wild card, the Chicago Cubs have an 81-63 record. They are 5 games above the Mets. They have the number 1 seed. The number 2 wild card seed is the San Diego Padres. Padres are 2 games in back of the Cubs. And then the Mets are 3 games in back of the Padres. Now, the teams on the outside looking on it are as follows. The Giants are 3 games in back of the Mets now. They won, and the Mets lost. So that's big for them. The Reds, they lost today to the Padres. That was a big-time loss. That did not help them, and the Giants just took them. The Giants just overtook them in 4th place. So the Reds are 4 games behind the Mets for that final wild card spot. They're also 1 game behind the Giants. The Diamondbacks are 4.5 games in back of the Mets, and so are the Cardinals. The Cardinals lost. The Diamondbacks lost. They're still tied. So that race is still very tight. And that is what's going on in the standings. And we got a lot of baseball still left to be played. All right, love you all very, very much. I will catch you all on the next one. And yeah, good night, Laila Tov. And I will see you all tomorrow for Phillies Mets. Be there or be square.